I think your question can be answered if you just look at the percentage of beautiful women, I mean really gorgeous women that you've ever run across in your entire life, and you consider how many of them won't model, won't dance in a strip club, won't do pornography. I mean, you know they won't do it. And if you look at the fact that women in general won't do those things, they won't model, they won't do pornography, and they won't prostitute themselves, they won't be in a strip club, they just won't do any of that kind of stuff that involves selling themselves. You know, they'll go out on a date and let a guy pay for the dinner, but that's as far as the vast majority of women will go that you run across, no matter how they look. So that lets you know right there that the vast majority of women, nah, they wouldn't sell themselves for 80 G's. For whatever reasons, that's just the case. It could be a conscience, they're Christian, it goes against their religious beliefs, they wouldn't be able to live with themselves, they'd be embarrassed. They feel like they wouldn't have any self-respect left after that. You know, they'd have to live with that for the rest of their life, that they sold themselves for filthy lucre, so to speak. So, no, they're not going to do it. The vast majority of women are not going to do it. And the ones that would do it, no decent man would want, really, you know. But anyway, that's just my opinion on that in particular. No, of course, I would not do it because, you know, if anybody wanted my old butt, if anybody wanted my old butt, no, I wouldn't do it, you know. Just, that's just nasty, you know. That's just, that's something I couldn't live with as far as my conscience goes and my religious beliefs. It just, I couldn't do that. But my idea about prostitution is that whatever happens between consenting adults happens between consenting adults. And I don't agree with fornication. I don't believe in sex outside marriage, of course, because I am a man of Christian belief. I don't go along with any of that. But I feel like, you know, a person should have the right to do with their body as they see fit, as long as it doesn't involve taking another life. I don't think anybody has a right to have an abortion. I think that's a sinful thing to do. I think you're destroying another life. You're killing, you're murdering. But at the same time, I'm not into forcing women to have children they want, so I'm kind of like not kind of pro-choice. But at the same time, yes, I do believe abortion is murder. But when you're talking about a sinful thing that it just involves you, and you're not really hurting anybody else, and it's your body, and you should have a right to do with your body as you see fit, I just don't agree with people getting arrested for prostitution. I think the law should be repealed concerning that, because I think it's just ridiculous. Even if you look at the Bible, you know, unless the prostitute was sleeping with a married man or something, there was nothing in the Bible that said these women were to be stoned for prostitution or killed for prostitution. So this man just took it upon himself at some point to punish women and men that engage, that, you know, participate in prostitution, whether they're the prostitute or the what do they call it, the client or whatever. So I think that's ridiculous. I think the countries that have legalized prostitution, they have the right idea. I think legalized prostitution would be regulated. I think that it would be more likely that you know, it would be safer, because it would be like, this is a activity that's registered, that's regulated, you know, and maybe you could only do it, prostitute, in certain businesses. Like if they had like businesses, you know, just straight up business, they already have like massage parlors or whatever. If they was allowed to offer sex openly, it would be taxed, it would be regulated. Those who practice would have to, you know, adhere to certain guidelines. I think it would be a much more controlled situation. It wouldn't be a situation where, you know, people are just running around prostituting themselves. There's no standards. There's no safety about it. Guys are getting knocked over the head. You know, women are allowing themselves to have sex with guys without protection. It's just a mess right now. And I really think it's a case of the government overstepping its boundaries, you know. But, you know, so that's about how I feel about the whole, you know, would women do it for 80 G's? Would most people do it for 80 G's, men or women? That's how I feel about the whole prostitution thing, you know. To each their own. You know, it's not anything I would ever approve of. My pastor even went so far, as pastor of my church, went so far as to tell women in his church not to let men buy dinner for you. Don't let them pay for your dinner, because there was a time, day and age, or a time when if a woman allowed a man to pay for her dinner and buy her stuff, the men wouldn't necessarily expect the women. There was a certain decency to have sex with them or whatever. At least I think maybe most men didn't expect it. There was politeness, there was gentlemanliness, there was decency among a lot of guys. But today, guys are just awful, especially, I hate to say it, especially among the younger guys who are more sex crazed than anybody probably. I mean, they pay for a woman's dinner, and I think vast majority, especially of younger guys, but probably guys in general, they're going to expect something in return for that. So I had to agree with my pastor. If a guy is paying for your dinner, you don't know what to expect from the guy. So don't let him buy you dinner. Pay for your own dinner. And if you do let a guy buy you dinner or whatever, don't be surprised if he asks a little word, like you owe him something, because, well, he thinking if he paid $20, $30 on your dinner, you may be figuring, you owe him something. So that's about how I look at all of that. And take care, DeJuan. You are one crazy dude. Take care. God bless, man. Bye bye.